Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Mr. Mac here, coming at you with that daily Clash of Clans content. So yesterday I took some time and I put together this following series of attacks after reviewing the recent World Championship qualifier in Clash of Clans. So if you're not familiar, the World Championship qualifier is a qualifier teams go to in order to have a chance to compete in Poland for the World Championship, and this one took place over this past weekend, and one of the big new attacks that came out of it was Zap Hogs. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing a Zap Hog hit right here while we go ahead and there we go. I had some weird sounds coming through my headphones. All right, so yeah, while this one's playing, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit just about Zap Hogs generally. If you're not familiar, the Zap spell usually targets the CC and high value buildings around it. Then you have some kind of funnel go down so that the heroes can make a push and either take out the town hall if possible. The queen is always a big target, so is the king. So you'll see on this hit he takes out the CC, and then both heroes are available, as well as a scatter and a few other high value buildings right there. So this hero charge is going to go really, really well. So back to what I was saying, the qualifiers are always a really good way to see some of the top clans and top attackers putting down some big triples. So this one is coming in from Euronix Gaming, a guy named Slenderman. He had a couple of really good Zap Hog hits. I had honestly not heard of Euronix Gaming before, and RTK, I'd heard of them, but they were not expected to do as well, but they did pretty well. They played quite a few games. So as you can see, what he does here is he uses the blimp there, and the warden ability is used on the blimp. That technique is called the immortal blimp strategy, making the blimp invincible so that even under those sweepers, it getting buffeted around, it's able to go all the way in. Now look at the lucky pathing he gets from his queen, going around one side, using her ability up there, taking out those backside buildings while the hogs continue their way around the base. He saves a few hogs in the bag for the back end and is able to make a really strong push back here. And this base is RIP. I don't have speed up ability, so we're going to watch the cleanup on all of these hits. So the goal with this video, and it's going to be kind of a long one, so you'll have to bear with me here, is we want to establish throughout all of these attacks what are the high value targets for Zap Hog and what are we looking for in a base. So let's go ahead and hop right into the next one. This one's coming in from Lancelata out of Vatang. Vatang always does really well. We've seen them in the qualifiers many times. So the Zap Quake comes down. Notice how he moves his Zap around to create the biggest hole in the base possible and get the most value. 5 Zaps takes out most buildings, 2 Zaps takes out a sweeper. So knowing all of that, he's able to strategically zap that compartment so as to create a nice hole in the base. And now he's got this kind of horseshoe pathing option opening up where the heroes are going to take out that end there, and you'll see there's this kind of long arc in the base there where he's going to be able to send the hogs through. Looks like what he's going to do next here is break into that compartment where the town hall is, which is awesome. And I think that what I'm going to look for when I'm doing this hit is non-centered town hall and non-centered clan castle. That one's pretty close to the center, but it is accessible through an outside compartment like that, so it lets you set up pretty nice pathing. So the hogs haven't even come down yet, and he's already crossed 30% destruction. Now the hogs come in, Tesla farm right there at the top, warden and the champ go in with the hogs right at the queen, and he's got a headhunter in there as well. I think headhunters are a big part of the strategy if your heroes are not able to take down the enemy queen or king on their own. So hogs moving through, get the much needed heal right there. He also used his warden ability right off the bat, and that's something that I think we're going to see recurring attack over attack. Using the warden ability early on the hogs is important because the eagle's raining down, number 1, and number 2, they are usually they're more together at that stage, so you get a higher value out of the warden. They tend to split off a little bit mid-attack where the warden's not going to be able to have all of them there for his tome. So warden keeping up with them, champ takes out champ, and this base is looking pretty close. The hogs are starting to fizzle out here, but he still has his champ ability, so that's going to go off. If he uses it now, he can probably save those hogs. Come on. Oh, well, hogs go down. Ground skellies are a big enemy to hogs, so having the champ with them is one way to handle ground skellies. And then, other than that, you don't have room for a poison in this attack. 2 heals is kind of a lot to take out the rest of the base. He takes a couple of sneaky goblins to clean up a little bit faster, but as you can see, it is not that big of a deal. With the royal champ up, all that health left, he's able to get the cleanup no problem. So, good job, Lancelata from Vatang. Now we're back to Slenderman. This is in a different war. Now he's up against Town Hall Legend. Town Hall Legend is what I had not heard of. But yep, you can see here, able to zap around the Town Hall, get high value, and then drops the Quake, and he accidentally triggers the Town Hall here. Usually with your Zap Quake, you don't want to trigger the Town Hall unless you're planning to send a defense targeting troop for it, like maybe the Slammer, but I don't think that was his intention with this attack. I think that he is continuing what his plan was the whole time, which is to use his heroes to bomb the Town Hall, or get in there. So he uses his Royal Champ actually to get right up to the Town Hall and a Wall Wrecker. I've been seeing a lot of Wall Wrecker entries where I would usually use a blimp, and honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think when you would use a Wall Wrecker, like in that scenario, because he didn't need those walls broken open for his heroes. I guess maybe so the Yeti could walk out, he gets a little bit more value out of the Yeti, and those sneaky goblins being able to get out of that compartment a little bit more quickly. But I digress. So heroes now come around the bottom side of this base, and they're going to be able to kind of just taper it off. Once again, we're getting up, crossing the 30% mark, and we haven't even seen the hogs yet. He funnels off that corner to try and push those heroes up towards the scatter, where they can even draw out the queen. So after they take out that building, they should turn around and go back to the Inferno. The king is not going to do it, but the queen is going to cooperate. She still has her ability. There it goes. So she's going to use her ability there, take out that, keep the scatter shot distracted so that the scatter's not beating on the hogs. A scatter beating on your hogs is definitely going to foil this attack. And he uses the last few hogs in his bag to come in from that northwest side and narrow out the pathing to keep the hogs together as they push through the back end of this base. Using your freeze like that, freezing the buildings as they're coming into it, where the scatter was starting to target and the archer tower would have been soon, that's a really good way to use freezes. Got a high value freeze right there. And now he just has all these ground skellies on his hogs. The king is still up, popping hogs left and right, and it makes you worry just a little bit here at the end. But this attack, is being as powerful as it is, the hogs are able to push through. They're just able to stay up. I don't think anything is left after that wizard tower goes down that can even target those balloons. So then it's just a matter of, can he clean it up? But he's got his king up top, so the outside buildings are good to go. And he's got 34 seconds left. So what he needs is to get lucky and these balloons not to target the king, because they could get caught up on that king and it would be a disaster for him. But the elixir storage down at the bottom has a couple archers and a wizard on it. The gold storage up top gets a wizard on it, and the balloons go straight for the king altar before they go for the king. And then he gets a little bit lucky, but triple's a triple. That's 2 Zap Hog triples for Slenderman. Now from the same clan, we have Knockout coming in with a Zap Hog of his own. A couple of headhunters in the mix there. And I think it's always good to note when people bring headhunters, so we know that he is not planning on his heroes taking out the king and the queen. We know that he's going to be sending in those headhunters to help out with one of them. So we got the funnel coming in from the top, a couple balloons and a baby dragon is going to funnel that side. King up top over there. What he's trying to do is get his heroes, his Sui hero, into that town hall compartment where you can see it's going to make a nice L shape in the base to keep his hogs together. This base is nice. It doesn't have too terribly many outside defenses, and the ones that are there are really close to the outside, so you should be able to kind of snipe those off during the later phases of this attack. So I always like a Kiwi walk. I think Kiwi is a really good cheap funnel. That's a king wizard. King starts to come down the outside, and look at how much with just a king, a wizard, baby dragon, and a loon. So how much camp space is that really? You've got 20 camp space invested all together, and you've got that whole corner funneled off with direct pathing on into the town hall. That's beautiful. So Ice Golem goes in to tank for the queen, make sure that she gets the value she's looking for, and she starts on the town hall. king gets onto the ice golem, queen has to take care of him, and this compartment, he gets all the value that he really needed there, so the hogs come in right at 30%. So we're starting to see a theme here that you should be able to get 30% of the base with your Sui hero, that you're getting the town hall, the CC's already gone, early warden ability into the initial onslaught of defenses. Now he's going to heal over the queen and the scatter, have a couple of headhunters come in that between them and the royal champ make pretty quick work of the queen. And now on the back end, I missed it, but he sent in a blimp back there. Yetis came out, and he's able to kind of funnel off that corner to keep the hogs pathing in towards the eagle and where all the DPS is there on the inside. Really beautiful idea there. I probably would have used a stone slammer and gotten much less value than his blimp with the Yetis did there. So good thinking. I need to put that one in my playbook for future attacks. So the hogs stay up. They're doing great. Looks like they're going to be able to finish off the rest of this base. This is another one that started to look pretty close, especially with all those ground skellies on them. But there's just too many hogs left up there for these defenses and skellies to contend with. So they're going to hop over there, take out the warden statue, and then they're going to work on those hogs. And he's got a couple of minions up that those skellies can't target, a couple of wizards to go around the base so that the cleanup is nice and easy. You always want to take adequate cleanup when you're doing a hog hit. Let's see here, yeah. So beautiful attack once again from Euronix Gaming, this time from Knockout. Another Zap Hog triple. You're starting to see why I got so impressed. Zap Lalo was one that I've been working on a lot since I saw it at the last World Qualifier. But this Zap Hog seems a little bit more accessible to most people. So this guy drops his Quake first, gets a nice big area with it, moves where he drops his scatters around a little bit. And in my opinion, I would have grabbed the queen with that. I think that he didn't get, with the storage not going down, you know, I don't think that he got any extra value not getting the queen there. So I'm not sure exactly what his thinking was or if he meant to do it that way. But missing the queen when you can get her on a zap, I think is probably not the best move. So in comes the queen down here, setting up a big funnel, and then a blimp goes straight in for the town hall. It's nice having the town hall unguarded, and then I think it's interesting to note what comes out of this blimp. Can you tell? It's kind of hard to tell, but I think it's all sneaky goblins. All these sneaky goblins come out and they just wreck the town hall. So if you're in my clan, make sure somebody is boosting sneaky goblins for this round of Supercell CWL coming up. I definitely want to be using some of those in my blimps, because in almost all of these attacks, there's at least a couple sneaky goblins to help chew up the town hall really quickly, and then usually a Yeti. But with all the DPS there and the queen, it was best to use the sneaky goblins in that scenario, and because you're just trying to take out the town hall so that your hogs don't have to. So early warden ability, early heal. The initial entry to this base was pretty rough on him. He's going to use a freeze on that scatter, I imagine. No, he's going to heal over the queen and this. Oh, yep, there's the freeze. So heals over the queen and scatter, uses the freeze, and now he's out of spells. And he's got quite a bit of base on the back end here. This is Lancelata, who we saw just a little bit ago. So what's he do here? Uses the Royal Champ ability a little bit early, kind of helps with pathing a bit, keeps the hogs a little bit tighter towards these defenses here, is able to use the balloons on some of those outside defenses so that the hogs don't have to double so far back. But unfortunately, his balloons catch a couple of black mines, and they go down, and now the skellies are taking out the last couple hogs here. He's got a cannon and a Tesla left up, but he's got his king stuck inside the base, and he's got this horde of barbarians working on a wall in that upper compartment. So let's watch what those barbarians do. Warden does some work, finishes off the skellies so that these barbarians don't have to deal with it. But look at that little horde of barbarians just chewing it up. The warden is going to follow them because that's the most camp space near him. And he's going to target the Tesla, which is amazing. Super clutch. When your heroes are clutch for you like this, I want to say, you know, this is the high skill Lancelata, Fatang, you know, doing really well. But you have to realize, my warden, he's not that smart. I just think this guy's got a better warden than me. I don't know what it is, but he's able to target those last couple defenses, take him out effectively, and another triple gets put down by Lancelata. Good job. So next up, we've got Lanide from ATN Attacks. This war between ATN Attacks and Space Station was absolutely phenomenal. 7 triples out of 10 total attacks. That's the highest hit rate out of any war. I believe it was, I I can't remember off the top of my head who won, to be honest. I think it was ATN Attacks won, because I think it was the person on the left column there, and they had put up 4 triples in the end, but maybe we'll see a hint to see if I'm right on that one or not, because I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong on that one. So King goes in up here, and the Zap Quake took out the CC already. King is going to do similar to an earlier attack that we saw. He's going to funnel out a huge amount of the outside and open up the Queen to get direct pathing into the Town Hall. While we've seen the Blimp work to take out the Town Hall on a couple occasions, I like this method a little bit better. Scouting a base where you can get the heroes right into the Town Hall like this with minimal funnel investment leaves you more hogs for your hog push, and you carve out a similar chunk of the base. I think he could have used his zaps a little bit deeper. I might have used my zaps a little bit deeper to carve out a different section there. So now he's got his hogs coming in, and I'm a little worried about that Inferno Island. I can see the hogs wanting to path around that. So the eagle shots coming down, scatter shots coming down, early Warden Tome is key here. And now the hogs head in. With all the dead space on the bottom side of that compartment, they do end up tracking right in to the scatter there. Heals over the Queen. We've got the Stone Slammer on the top, out over there, tanking a few defenses, ends up going down, and hogs come out for the back end. A couple hogs in the bag come out to take out the top side, and now you've got this long strip here, and you're kind of hitting it at a less than ideal spot. But his Queen stayed up for a long time. His Royal Champ still isn't down, Warden's still up, and tons of hogs are still up. So this space, he makes quick work of it on the back side here. Just this ring of trash now. Looks like he's going to get a split on his hogs, or maybe not. It's always nice when your hogs split for cleanup, but you can't count on that. So he's got several wizards, 5 wizards it looks like, cleaning up around the base, plus the champ and a balloon that he had saved at the back end. So way to go, Lanide from ATN. Beautiful attack. Like I said, if you're going to watch one war, this one took place. It was the second to last war on the finals. So if you're going to watch just one, go back to that finals match and watch those attacks. They all did really, really well. So now on the other side, we've got Chronos coming in, and he's from Space Station. If you guys haven't played a Space Station clan yet, you probably haven't played ESL yet. Space Station has so many clans that sign up for ESL. So what's going to happen here? Looks like he's got, this one is really interesting, 5 zaps and a quake. So he uses it up there to take out an Inferno and a scatter and create this kind of pathing in the base, and then lures the CC and actually uses his heroes to take out the CC. It was just right there on the edge. This is, so after everything that we've watched so far, this attack breaks all the rules that we've learned for Zap Lalo, or for Zap Hogs rather. Come on. So, you know, it just goes to show that in the right hands, lots of attacks are powerful for different reasons. This is not a base that after watching the other videos, I would have expected someone to take Zap Hogs to. But the Wall Wrecker comes in, is tanking for the Queen, Ice Golem up there tanking as well, and he manages to get insane value out of this Wall Wrecker push, and is able to push all the way up to the Town Hall because he funneled on the right side there with his heroes, and the King walked up the north side to the west there and funneled all of that trash off so that the Queen can just follow the Wall Wrecker up a little bit delayed and just grab the Town Hall. And now because of that hole that he blasted in the base, the pathing for his hogs are beautiful. He's got 2 defense-wide pathing for that whole corner around the top, which means that the heal spell is going to completely cover him. So first heal comes down. Because he only used the 5 zaps, he can use 3 heals on the hogs. So that's what he gets away with there as they go around the base. Second heal goes down over the Queen. You have 2 wizard towers beating on him during that as well. Balloon up there keeps the pathing narrow by taking out that cannon. A little bit late for my taste. A couple hogs went up there, but not too bad. And then the last heal comes down on the bottom side there as the enemy champ is doing work on him. And then his champ steps up, takes out the enemy champ, uses her ability to weaken and pop a couple defenses there. And now our hogs are getting pretty low on health here, right towards the end, but there's just not enough base left to stop them. So it goes to show that when you're scouting bases, you know, sometimes people are better than you. This Chronos guy really, really nailed it. So what I want to do is hop into a attack that I did after watching all of these. I thought, hey, why don't I give it a try? I think that I can do it. So we're just going to hop right into this replay here. this is the base that I scouted, non-central town hall and CC. So one thing I'm guilty of is I obsess over where to put my Sui heroes to get the most value out of them, and I forget to zap the town hall sometimes. But I got it. Zapped the queen, threw down the quake. So now I've got the hole in the base right there. Queen is gone. King is walking up the west side. I start an ice golem and a yeti out there, and a baby dragon. I like them as a funnel. My baby dragon popped though, unfortunately. I thought it was going to be safe on the skirt of the base there. But I'm just waiting for that other building on the outside to go down so I can send in my queen from the corner, and she can get right up into the town hall. I know she's probably going to confront the king, but with her ability, she should be able to do what she needs to do. So she steps up here, steps on into the king next. My king kind of comes back and takes out that archer tower. Queen ability goes off, and then I got a little scared for a second here that I didn't funnel this well enough. Well, I didn't funnel it well enough, but luckily my royal champ, I just went ahead and used her there. So things didn't go exactly right for me there. I should have used a better funnel on that other side of the base there. I thought the queen would step up a little bit nicer, but it is what it is. This attack is not yet lost. So if you look at the rest of the base, kind of spread out on the top side there, much more than I would like, but that's all right, because I have this nice narrow entry for my hogs to head into the backside with, and I'm going to use a stone slammer on the back end with a couple of headhunters for the enemy royal champ. So I use my balloons up here a bit earlier so that I can take out those outside defenses and keep my hogs pushing towards the inside, and they take out those defenses pretty handily. And then I have my stone slammer come in at the very, very top, once again, just trying to keep my hogs pathing into the core of the base. I saved my tome to be where the scatter's shooting down, 2 infernos, and the enemy champ. I knew that was going to be a lot coming down. It looks like my headhunters did not make it. Oh, there they are. They did make it to the enemy champ. So they start poisoning her, doing a little damage on her, but I don't really have anything great to target the enemy champ in them other than those headhunters, unfortunately. One more headhunter definitely would have taken her out. I got a few skellies following my hogs around. But here's my big mistake. Have you guys noticed it yet? It looks pretty good. This attack looks like it's going to do all right. I have a lot of hogs left up still. Pretty good scout. Followed the plan, just like we knew we would. But I didn't bring enough cleanup. I only had a couple wizards left in the bag at the end. And even though the champ and everything was gone, I just missed that last little bit of the base. So we're learning, you know. That was my first war attack with Zap Hogs. Thanks for spending the time with me. I know this was a longer video than usual, but I'm always really grateful to each and every one of you guys for spending your time here and checking out the channel. So I'll catch you guys again in the next one. Appreciate you.